What up, everyone? Welcome back to Knicks in 4, where we talk everything Knicks. I'm your host, Ayers. If you're new to the channel and you're enjoying what you're watching, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's get into it. So, I've been trying my best to contain my excitement over these last few days or so and try not to overreact over what I've been seeing lately. But man, I have to say it. This Knicks team has finally arrived and they are for real, everyone. 142 to 118. We just beat the bricks off the New Jersey Nets. Forget the Brooklyn Nets. I think it's pretty safe to say that we are the rightful owners of this city. You know, they tried to come into town. They tried to buy themselves a championship, bringing in guys like KD, Kyrie, Harden. Those guys are gone. And I think it's obvious. The city was always ours to begin with. But it's clear as day now, especially with this victory against the Brooklyn Nets last night. We literally dominated them on every single possession for the most part. And the city is ours. And right now, it's looking like the NBA is ours, to be honest with you. So what we're going to do today is discuss the success of this team, how well we've been playing, and answer the question of, are we the best team in the East right now? Now, you have, obviously, the Milwaukee Bucks. I believe they won something like 15 games in a row, and they are who they are. Obviously, they are champions, and Giannis is a superstar. They're always a team to be feared. But right now, outside of the Milwaukee Bucks winning 15 in a row, I believe it's 16 in a row at this point, the second hottest team in the NBA, arguably the hottest team in the NBA, I'm making the argument that they're the hottest team in the NBA with winners of 7 in a row, is this Knicks team. And we're hitting on all cylinders. And what's special about what's happening right now is the fact that we are turning it up. We're turning it on at the very right moment. Everything is coming together. It's like one of those, recipes where you have the right amounts of every single ingredient. Everything comes together at the right time and the meal is delicious. And what we're seeing right now is a delicious display of talent, teamwork, effort, tenacity, toughness, you name it. Throw out any sort of superlative or adjective that you want to call it. This Knicks team has arrived. And we owe a lot of credit to, Tom Thibodeau, obviously. I've been on the record in the past, voicing my opinion on how I think Tom Thibodeau, is a problem for this team. And I still have my issues with him, but I got to give credit where credit is due. And he's done a terrific job, obviously, shortening the rotation. And these Knicks are playing their hearts out for him. Now, can we give Tom Thibodeau all the credit? Maybe not, but he definitely deserves some credit for this success of this team. Speaking of Tibbs, let's take a look at what Tibbs comment after the game. Tibbs sees similarity between Jalen Brunson-led Knicks team and the 90s Knicks team, which is a bold statement because obviously those 90s Knicks teams are, legends. We look upon those teams, any iteration of the Knicks teams going forward, we always compare them to the 90s Knicks. Oh, they don't play as tough as the 90s Knicks. They are not as electric as the 90s Knicks. And this team, what we're witnessing now, is on par. They're looking quite identical to that team. A lot of toughness, a lot of guys that are just throwing their hearts out there. Tibbs obviously was an assistant coach for the Knicks for 7 seasons, starting in the 96-97 era. So he was definitely front row of that, whole regimen. I love coaching these guys. They're committed to each other. Thibodeau said before his team beat the Nets soundly for their 7th straight win. They live in the gym. They're gym rats, so they're going to get better and better. And, hard work pays off. You put in the effort, you put in the time, you put in the hard work, it shows, and it's showing right now on display. Teams thinking that they're going to come against the same old Knicks and sort of, take us out of the game. It's not happening anymore. We're playing our hearts out. You got guys like, obviously, Jalen Brunson putting up 39 points tonight. Let's take a look at, the stats for overall the game. Now, across the board, you just see pluses and pluses across this plus-minus spread. Jalen Brunson, 39 points. I mean, it's almost expected for Jalen Brunson to put up something like 25-plus points. He does it in his sleep at this point. 39, almost 1 point shy of 40. Everybody's contributing. Everybody is doing their job, doing what they're supposed to do. One of the things that's crazy, I'm looking at, Josh Hartstadt, who ever since we've acquired Josh Hart, we've been undefeated, literally. Ever since he's been here, that's when the winning streak started. And if you look at Josh Hart's stat line, this is crazy. Now, you may just look at the numbers and see 4 points, which is nothing, to be overly crazy about. But the 5 assists, the 4 rebounds. What's crazy is this stat right here. He's literally plus 30, which means that he's out there doing everything. He's, facilitating. He's giving you toughness, giving you defense, making clutch shots when need be. He's doing it all. And he's the X factor of the team right now. We need Josh Hart to give us what he's been giving us. And he is the reason why we will move further in the playoffs. One other, interesting statistic that I want to take a look at for a moment here. Shout out to Knicks Muse with the report here. But the Knicks at this point are first in offensive rating. They're first in point differential. And they're first in net rating overall. Absolutely unreal. Yeah. And, I can sort of say that I'm not surprised to see this is all happening, unfold at the moment. But to actually see it in real time is crazy because we all know as Knicks fans what this team was capable of from the very beginning, right? We were just so frustrated given the fact that knowing what the team is capable of and seeing what was happening, guys starting when they should be on the bench or not even playing. Going back to earlier in the season, obviously we saw, a lineup of Evan Fournier out there. And again, credit to Tibbs. He decided to shorten the rotation, put in the guys at the right position. And the play of Jalen Brunson, the resurgence of Julius Randle, we are thriving right now. And it's exciting to see because this is what we've been waiting for. As Knicks fans, we've been waiting for a team to, inherit the spirit of the city. And these guys are playing their hearts out, man. I tip my hats off to every single one of them. They put in the work, and it's showing on the floor. But are we the best team in the Eastern Conference? That remains to be seen. I think we are playing like we're certainly one of the best teams in the East. If you look at the record for a moment, you have the Milwaukee Bucks obviously in first place currently. You have the Boston Celtics. You have the 76ers right behind them in third, and you have the Cleveland Cavaliers in fourth, with the Knicks securing the fifth spot. Now, I'm not afraid of any one of those teams, to be honest with you, right? If we've shown that we can beat Boston. We've shown that we've beaten Milwaukee in the past. We've beaten Philly in the past. We've beaten Cleveland. So I don't think this Knicks team is afraid, or should they be afraid of any team in the Eastern Conference. The way we're playing right now, we can literally beat anybody. Now, if we're talking about making it to the NBA Finals, going against a possible Phoenix Suns, the way they're loaded, that's a different story. I'm not so sure, but that's not a bridge I'm willing to cross yet. But at the moment right now, we're striding. We're doing everything we need to do. Guys are locked into their positions. Everyone knows their role. There's no confusion out there. Guys are giving their all for Tom Thibodeau. This is the perfect nucleus for not just a winning team, but a championship contender. You have the media all out there, tipping their hats off now. The media, we know they hate the Knicks, and now all of a sudden they're giving us credit, but we'll take it. But, it's very exciting to see. I hope that, the Knicks can contain this play, because a lot of the things that they're doing now is stuff that can be, contained. Maybe not, putting up 40 points here and there or whatever, but, the way they're playing, the teamwork. You can see the fluidity in this play right here. Everybody's sharing the ball. Everybody is happy with each other. Guys are going out to the restaurant. I think there was they went out to Tao a few days ago celebrating their success. So it's exciting to see. And, can we keep up this win streak? We'll see. I doubt it. They're going to, take a little slip here and there. But I think the way we're playing right now, this is sustainable. And the playoffs are right around the corner. I don't care who we face. Right now it's looking like we're going to match up against Cleveland, especially if they stay in 4, we get in 5. We can take Cleveland, honestly. And anybody else that we somehow run into in the playoffs, whether that be in the first round or second round, you better look out, because this Knicks team is coming. But that's going to be the end of the video, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think this Knicks team is the best team in the Eastern Conference right now. I think they are. Now, when it's all said and done, maybe things change. Players can get injured. You know how the NBA is. But right now, I think we can play with anybody. And I think we have a good chance of having some real success in the playoffs. But that's going to be the end of the video, guys. Catch you on a rebound. Peace.